The headline says they just struck it rich. But if you look closer, Ghana isn't just digging up wealth, it is digging up its own foundation. Ghana has officially shattered its own historical record, producing a staggering 6 million ounces of gold in 2025. This is a 25% jump. In a single year, cementing the nation's status as Africa's #1 producer. They have left traditional competitors like South Africa and Mali in the dust. On paper, this looks like an economic miracle for a nation that was effectively bankrupt just 3 years ago. The central bank in Accra is celebrating, export revenues are stabilizing the cedi, and the government is preparing to exit its IMF bailout program in April 2026 with its head held high. But strip away the press releases, and this isn't a corporate success story. It is a warning sign. For the first time in history, the multinational giants, regulated companies like Newmont and Gold Fields, did not lead the charge. They were overtaken by the small-scale sector. This segment alone pumped out over 3.1 million ounces, accounting for more than half of the national output. When the small guy with an excavator and a bottle of Mercury is outproducing the industrial titans, you aren't seeing a mining boom. You are witnessing an unregulated gold rush. The mainstream media reports the revenue. The Observer looks at the riverbeds. To understand this record, go back to the economic crash of 2022. Ghana was drowning in debt and desperate for hard currency. They launched aggressive policies to capture every ounce of metal. Programs like Gold for Oil were introduced to barter bullion for fuel. While that specific program has since been suspended and placed under audit by the current administration due to financial losses, the state's hunger for gold remained. The Bank of Ghana successfully channeled billions of dollars of artisanal gold into formal reserves. Previously, this gold would have been smuggled out. Now it is on the books, but the cost has been the environmental annihilation of the countryside. The state effectively incentivized everyone with a shovel to start digging, without asking enough questions about where that digging was happening. The spike in production was driven by global gold prices hitting record highs, pushing past $2,600 an ounce. This created a frenzy. But while the government celebrates the 6 million ounces, the Galamsey crisis, illegal small-scale mining, has turned major water bodies like the Pra and Ankara rivers into toxic sludge. Water treatment plants are shutting down because they simply cannot filter out the heavy metals. Even worse, this gold boom is cannibalizing the other pillar of Ghana's economy, cocoa. Illegal miners are invading farms, bribing farmers to sell their land for quick cash, and tearing up the fertile topsoil. You cannot grow cocoa on land that has been turned into a mercury-filled crater. This creates a terrifying trade-off. Ghana is sacrificing a sustainable agricultural industry that employs millions for a finite resource that poisons the land forever. There is also a fiscal fight on the horizon. The government, desperate to pay off restructured debts, is eyeing the sector with hunger. Big mining firms are threatening to freeze investment if royalty taxes are raised to 12%, arguing they cannot compete with the small-scale sector that often pays zero taxes and ignores environmental laws. This sets up a dangerous standoff. If the big mines pull back, the state becomes even more dependent on the unregulated, polluting sector to keep the economy afloat. So, what happens in the next 30 days? Watch the IMF exit in April. The government will claim the gold saved them. But watch the rivers. If the water quality continues to degrade, we could see a public health crisis that costs more than the gold ever earned. The paradox is cruel. The gold is saving the cedi, but it is destroying the Ghana that the cedi is supposed to serve. The question you need to answer is this: is a record-breaking gold haul worth it if it poisons the water supply of the people it's supposed to save? I want to see your verdict in the comments below. This is The Observer. Subscribe for the intel the others miss.